Hi everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Why have I been struggling to get through that? But in any event, I just have one thing to ask you real fast. I asked this yesterday. Anyone who didn't watch yesterday, I want to ask again. Since I am New York City adjacent, there's a chance that the news might totally cut off General Hospital or cut off a portion of it with the Pope visiting. So I want to ask, if there's only like 30 minutes of an episode, would you still want me to make a recap video on whatever happened in the episode as far as I saw, or would you want there to be more, at least like 45 minutes or the majority of the episode in order for me to do that? And also make sure you check our Twitter for updates, because I'll be letting you know if I'm not making a video there. But it's a safe assumption that if the video isn't up at 4:30, like if it's after 4:30 and there's no video, there won't be a video, because I've been pretty good about getting everything up before 4:30. But let's get right to today's General Hospital recap. At the QUARTERMAINES, Alexis wants to talk to Paul about Julian, and she tries to talk about Julian, but Paul kind of deflects and asks if he can expect a personal visit for all of her clients, and she discloses that her and Julian are in a personal relationship. And then he brings up how Julian is also the main suspect in Sonny shooting, so it's not just what he's out on bail for, it's also what he's suspected of doing. Paul isn't buying Alexis's theory that someone else is committing the crimes Julian is accused of, and he wants to know who she thinks the criminal mastermind is, because I don't know. Well, we know who the criminal mastermind is. So Alexis is like, well, of course I don't know that. If I did, I wouldn't be here. I would be, at the police station. But, please keep your mind open to other suspects and don't just try to railroad Julian, basically. So Paul says that he has no interest in putting innocent people in jail. And if her client is truly innocent, like she says, he has nothing to worry about from Paul. And Alexis thinks he's just a breath of fresh air and the sign of ethics, and it's just so refreshing to have him in office instead of Scott or Rick. And oy vey, I know this is gonna be a while before anyone finds out, but oy vey when they do. At Julian's place, or the penthouse that's silvery, whoever really owns that place, who knows anymore. So Sam comes over, Julian's there, obviously. Julian tells her what happened with Morgan, and Sam wants him to leave. I couldn't figure out what I wrote. So Sam wants him to leave, he doesn't want to, and he tells her that he's going to find out who's framing him, and she's like, cool story, I'm a PI, I can help you out. He doesn't want her to get involved, and she's like, but it's my job, it's what I do, and I'm familiar with the people and the surroundings, I got this. So then he's like, no, let's talk about something else. So she tells him about the proposal that Patrick proposed to her, and that today is her and Jason's wedding anniversary. Go figure. So Sam tells a little about her and Jason getting married, and she brings out the figurines and all that fun stuff. Julian feels bad he can't help her more, with getting through this. And then Julian finally wins the day, and Sam agrees not to get involved in finding out who's framing him, which I think not smart on his part, because she's really good at her job. At the hospital, Jake is at the hospital, and he talks with Michael. That makes a lot more sense, to see how he's doing. And Michael acknowledges that he's knee-deep in his father's business. So, he realizes this is happening. And, how whenever something like this happened before, Jason was always in charge, but Jason's not there, so Michael has to step in. So they talk about Sonny and Jason's relationship more, and Jake tells Michael that Sonny mistook him for Jason. So Michael's kind of shocked, and he's like, well, it's not the first time it's happened. Spinelli mistook you for Jason once. And Jake's like, yeah, but that was from, behind. Sonny was, staring me in the face and thought I was Jason. So then after a little bit more of, talking about Sonny and Jason's relationship, Jake invites Michael to his wedding, and they had, kind of a cute exchange, because Jake's like, it's November 6th, save the date, and Michael's like, well, I'm unemployed, so, I'm pretty sure I can commit me and Sabrina there. So, yeah, the more people at this wedding, the happier I'm going to be quite honest with you. So Jake says that if Michael or anyone in the family needs anything, let him know and he'll take care of it and help out. And Michael's like, thanks. Patrick is going in to assess Sonny to see how he's doing. And apparently Sonny doesn't remember Jake visiting him or anything. And Sonny thought the whole talking to Jason thing was a dream. He didn't realize it, like, actually happened. Well, why am I quoting? It actually happened. He talked to Jason. He just doesn't realize it. And Patrick explains to Sonny that he was under heavy medication. And Sonny's like, no, there was more to it. And I was like, yes, there was, because you knew. So then Sonny wants Patrick to tell him what happened at the warehouse. Patrick tells him that Jake disarmed the gunman, one of the gunmen, and then shot the two of them dead with no hesitation. And Sonny tells Patrick, he's like, Jake, he works just like Jason, and I knew he was good, but I didn't know he was as good as Jason. All, like, you know when you, like, you're doing connect the dots, like, I feel like we're at number, like, 94, you know, and we just have to get up to 100. We're like almost there, you know. We're so close. The picture is finally starting to come together once you're at dot 94, you know what I mean? Ava is also at the hospital because that's how life works. I don't know. You know, personally, I'm not fond of Ava, the character. I know some people are. So if I come off a little biased, that is, you know, on me. But obviously, Maura West is wonderful. I just want to put that out there. So Carly brings up how Ava threatened to give Avery, like, fetal alcohol syndrome. So, like, when she was pregnant with her, remember that? She was, like, gonna drink. She was threatening Sonny. And Carly isn't letting Avery anywhere near Ava. And Carly brings up how Ava used Kiki and how Carly isn't gonna let her use Avery. And brings up the affair and how she helped ruin Morgan's life. And she's like, is that why you want Avery? So, like, one day you can sleep with her boyfriend or something? And I'm like, oh, Carly, you are cold, and I love it. So Carly tells Milo to get Ava out of there, and Ava's like, no. Which I do love that about Ava, I'm not gonna lie. And when Carly points out that Ava has no legal right to her because Ava was pronounced dead, Ava pulls out a piece of paper in an envelope, which is never good, to be quite honest with you, unless you're on the side of the person who pulls out the envelope. Then it's great. So it's a court order, and Ava's like, come on, Morgan, you know the only reason I lied is so I could be closer to my daughters. And Carly's like, are you sure it's not so you could sleep with your daughter's boyfriend? And Morgan's like, yeah, because that's pretty much like all you did. Like, you hardly spent time with Kiki at all. We spent all the time together. So, you know, she doesn't have any friends. She doesn't have anyone she can call on. So Ava says something pretty interesting. And apparently the court order says since Sonny's incapacitated and there's no other legal guardian around, Ava has rights to Avery. But, like, Michael was Avery's legal guardian, so wouldn't he qualify, like, somewhere in there? Because he did have sole custody of Avery for a while there. So I feel like if push comes to shove, and even if they find that Sonny's unable to take care of her right now, Michael would also be on there. Just my feeling. But I did talk in the comments, it occurred to me, Kiki would also have a pretty strong case for custody of Avery, and since Kiki doesn't want anything to do with Ava, I think Kiki would align herself more with Carly and Sonny. Obviously not with, like, Morgan, but she would do it, you know, I don't know, it's just, I'm thinking out loud here, you know? Okay, so moving on. Ava wants Carly to hand Avery over, and Carly refuses, and then Morgan, of all people, is the voice of reason. And he's like, look, Ava wants you to violate this court order so she can use it against you later. So just, if you give Avery to her now, like, it'll be better in the long run. Morgan, where'd that come from? That's, like, the most rational thing he said since he's come back on the show. And that was, like, 2 years ago. So while Ava is starting to leave with Avery, Carly reads the court order and is like, stop right there. You gotta know something right now. Before you go any further, did you read this last paragraph where it says you need to give 24 hours notice to the custodial parent? So, Ava's like, you're just stalling, but now Ava would be in violation of the court order if she took Avery right this second, so she gives Avery back to Carly. Boom, boom, boom. I love Carly. We're namesakes. She's the reason I started watching this show, because her name was Carly. Anyway, so Patrick comes out of the room and basically says to Carly that the incident of Sonny thinking Jake was Jason was nothing more than just the drugs, and, like, there's nothing wrong with him. End scene. Isn't that, like, so much more? It just ties everything together. So Sam visits Noodle Buddha and she sits down, and then Jake is there? What? I like it. More of that, please. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. Oh, tomorrow's gonna be good. So Alexis is back at Julian's, tells him that she thinks this new DA is like really rational and like it was a good meeting and she has high hopes. And Paul calls Ava and tells her that he wants to step up plans against Sonny. Not good. And the family, Morgan, Michael, Carly, they're cautious and don't want to tell Sonny that like Ava could potentially like get Avery back in 24 hours. But Carly decides that he needs to know, so she brings Avery into his hospital room. She doesn't tell him yet, but she's planning on telling him, so we'll see how that goes. That is it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I keep forgetting to say that. And also, I think that's it. I'm not good. I'm trying to close it. You know what? Just close this. No distractions. Thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. But remember to check for updates. The news has been really great about not like cutting in. They do their special report after, but you never know. So just, you know, Twitter, if it's not up by 4:30, it's not going to be up. All that fun stuff. But I will see you for General Hospital tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. Bye.